How do you know when you have fully forgiven someone? You'll know when they no longer trigger the negative emotions within you. So, forgiving others is primarily for your own benefit. It releases the weight of anger and resentment from you. It frees you from the hold that other people and the past have on you. If you don't know where to begin forgiving someone, you can start by imagining the life of the person who hurt you. How did they grow up? What did they struggle with? What's missing in their life? What are their problems? How are their relationships? How's their mental health? How else could they be suffering? When you see things from their eyes, you can begin to understand their behavior towards you. What they did back then was a reflection of what they're struggling with inside of them. You see that life hasn't been easy for them and that they didn't know a better way to cope and behave at that time. This perspective allows you to feel compassion for them, which is the beginning of forgiveness. This is how I learned to fully forgive my father years after he passed away. Although I loved him, I even took care of him for 2 years before he passed away. I didn't know that I hadn't forgiven him for being drunk every day when I was growing up until he was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't know that I was angry at him for making me feel that I wasn't good enough to have his attention and respect. And I was angry with the things that he said and did when he was drunk. So although I loved him, I didn't cry when he passed away. And it took 14 years after his death when I finally learned about my unforgiveness for my father. And when I opened my eyes to what his life was like, starting from his childhood and his struggles as an adult, I felt compassion for him and total forgiveness followed. That was the time when all the happy memories with him, which I couldn't remember for many years because of the unforgiveness, they all came back to me. It's one of the best days of my life when I felt the utmost gratitude and love for my father. And it's been with me ever since. It was a liberating experience. There are other ways to quickly forgive someone. Like when you find yourself feeling offended by what someone said or did, ask yourself good questions that help you to tap into that inner wisdom. Like, what else does it mean? What is the positive intention behind what they did or said? What's causing me to feel this way? What haven't I mastered yet that this person can help me to learn? And one of my favorite questions is, what would Jesus do? So, who do you need to forgive? When will you allow yourself to be free from this burden? Do it now. Look at things from a different perspective and let the power of compassion and forgiveness heal you.